Everyone has their favorite living thing, whether it be your dog, who's always been by your side, sunflowers, because they remind you to be happy, or your grandma, who's always been there with warm cookies and a hug on a bad day. I'm here to tell you that all of these are wrong. My favorite living thing, the coolest living thing, can survive without oxygen, without sunlight, and pressures 1,500 times atmospheric. I mean, these guys thrive in temperatures from -20 to 122 degrees Celsius. That's 252 degrees Fahrenheit. Can your grandma do that? If you haven't guessed it yet, that's right, I'm talking about archaea. You don't know what that is? Whole domain of life, discovered in 1977 by Carl Woost. Coolest things ever. Alright, I'll have to teach you. And I know what you're thinking. Allie, how do these things survive at such high temperatures? And how come my lame favorites can't? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with proteins. You see, all life needs proteins to perform the necessary functions for homeostasis or internal balance. When a protein is created by a ribosome, it comes out in a long chain of polypeptides. These polypeptides are released into the hydrophilic or more water-loving region of the cell. The chain has hydrophobic parts which do not enjoy interacting with the water and run to the center of the protein to be surrounded by its hydrophilic neighbors. This process leads a protein to develop its correct shape, and for a protein, its shape is crucial to its function. The problem for other creatures is, when it gets too hot, the hydrogen bonds that help the protein keep its shape can weaken or break, leading the shape to change, aka the protein to become denatured, rendering it useless. This also causes the hydrophobic center to be released. The biggest problem with this is that it can lead to the proteins becoming entangled with each other as they try to form into the right shape and for the hydrophobic parts to hide. This is called aggregation. Archaea have molecular chaperones, which do exactly what they sound like, babysitting these proteins and ensuring they function correctly. A big chaperone, called the thermosome, which looks something like a clam, surrounds the protein, protecting the hydrophobic part and keeping the protein separate from others. In the safety of the chaperone, the protein properly reforms and is then released back into the cell. Inside a cell, you'll have proteins and organelles and all those good cellular things, but you also have water. And water is great because when it's near proteins, it acts like a shield, stabilizing its hydrogen bonds and making it harder for that protein to unfold. But unfortunately, most times water is pretty indifferent to being around proteins, so sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. This is why archaea use the ingenious strategy of preferential hydration. They'll fill their cells with solutes like DIP or potassium ions, and these guys hate proteins, much preferring to hang around the nice polar water that they're similar to. This in turn forces the water molecules to close in around the proteins, forming a tight shell and protecting them against the heat and unfolding. This is why archaea are my favorite, and why they should be your favorite too. Sorry, Grandma.